And welcome to another Pick a Card general reading. Today we are asking Spirit, what is next in love for you? Now I'm going to keep this open whether you're in a relationship, a situationship, or as single as a Pringle. I hope there's a little bit of something for you in one of these three groups. You also have a song which will be linked in the description box below. When you know which group you're feeling most called to, feel free to click on the link and watch your song before, during, or after your reading. I just want to apologize in advance if you've stumbled across this reading for the first time or if you are aware of my channel. I recently adopted an elderly cat and he does have the tendency to chime in every now and then. So if you do hear some meowing or yowling in the background, please be patient with me while I may need to pause the video and settle him down again. Alright, so what is next in love? Three groups. Group 1. Today I'm working with screws/bolts. We're doing a bit of renovation work here at this house, so some interesting, very different. I mean, it always is different. I usually don't use the same one, but group 1, you have this nail or screw. It's a little bit of a short one. I don't know if it has an official meaning. It was used to attach something. I can't even remember, if I'm honest, but it's got an interesting bottom to it. I don't know where this came from, to be honest. We've been doing and opening that much stuff that could be a part of anything. I'll just make sure I put it back where I find it. And we also have for group 2, this black bolt/screw. Again, I might be completely wrong about that. And group 3, you have this silver screw as well. And it's a little bit longer than group 1's, just a bit. It's about twice the length. So pause the video now if you need more time to figure out which of these three groups you're feeling most called to. You may be feeling called to more than one. It just may mean that your messages are spread across several groups. When you know which group is yours, check the description box below for the timestamps and join me in your reading. One, and welcome. If you chose this little silver screw, it's so silly. I just realized what this reading was. Maybe I should have chosen different objects, so that's all right. Okay, so group 1, today we're asking Spirit, what is next in love? So I'm going to leave your little screw over there for now. We're asking Spirit what is next in love for you. I've got the initials and messages box here. I've got some oracle cards, destiny cards, channeled messages deck. We're going to see what comes through in the tarot first. So group 1, Spirit, what is next in love for group 1? What is next in love for group 1? And we're asking for what is next in love, please. I don't want background history unless it is necessary. What is next in love for group 1, Spirit? Okay. Damn it. Alright. I said I didn't want background history, but presently, group 1, there is someone in your present who is desiring, they're feeling quite stuck, if I'm honest. There's this pessimistic attitude towards you, as though they're losing hope. Your person is quite an optimist, but they're feeling a little bit pessimistic at the moment with the Sun card reversed. The Sun is always a happy card. I would say that they do still possess hope. They could be a Sagittarius just because of that optimism. With this 9 of Pentacles reversed, they have almost lost touch with you, if I'm honest. There's this feeling as though they don't know whether you are available, whether you are single. They think that you are an incredible catch romantically. They consider you to be very well rounded, if that makes sense. You might have accumulated a little bit of wealth for yourself, or you might appear to have a successful career, or you might have just finished some sort of study. For whatever reason, they see you as being quite a catch with this 9 of Pentacles. However, for it to be reversed, there's this feeling as though they don't know if you're available. This person is very impatient with this 3 of Wands reversed. They're feeling an impulsive desire to move this connection forward, but if I'm honest, they don't know how to. That 3 of Wands reversed is really telling me that this desire is growing, the passion and desire for you is growing, however, they don't know how to step forward. So I'm going to leave that cluster where it is. What is next in love for group 1? What is next in love for group 1, please? We have the Hermit card here. So listen, group one, Spirit is indicating that you do need to take time to be a bit introspective. You may be currently in a stressful situation or connection, or you may be recently removed from a connection that was stressing you out. The Hermit card upright is asking for you to look for that happiness and fulfillment from within for now. It doesn't mean that you're going to wither and die like a hermit alone. You know, the Hermit is a guidance card as well. So really, whatever wisdom, whatever answers you are seeking, that card is telling you you can find them from within. In a romantic reading, it could indicate that you are meeting someone who is older than you, who has a lot of guidance for you, who has wisdom for you, who appears to be a little bit more knowledgeable. But this card for you is about reminding you that you may already have all the answers that you seek, and instead of complicating your life with external parties, you should be isolating yourself in a healthy way, okay? I don't want to say isolating can sound like a really negative way, and for outgoing people it can lead to a lot of sadness, but it's more about removing the noise from your life to find those answers that you are seeking. The Three of Pentacles here. So the Hermit could be an energy, group one. The Hermit could be someone who is coming into your life to teach you something, who is helping you realize your wisdom, your knowledge. The Three of Pentacles tells me that you will be working with someone. You could meet this person at work. Three of Pentacles means you could meet this person in a course that you are studying. Please ignore him. Three of Pentacles talks about collaborating, a collaborated effort, working with someone. It could mean that you're going to be friendly with someone before you move into a romantic situation with them. You want to get to know them first. You want to take time to become accustomed to them. Listen, the Hermit card has Virgo energy as well. So with this Pentacles card, your person could be an earth sign, or you could be an earth sign. But there is this feeling of taking it slow, not wanting to rush into a relationship, if I'm honest. There's this hesitancy to create something impulsively. There's this feeling of wanting to get to know the other person first and maybe spending more casual time with them before you progress into anything, too crazy. See, this is the conflicting energy here, though. Someone is impulsive over here. Someone is pining. Someone is standing on this cliff waiting for their time, and it's never coming, and it's getting to the point where they're like, well, I'm just going to have to create that energy for myself then, because each day that this person loses is another opportunity for someone else to have you. So they're feeling incredibly impulsive, and it's very conflicting, group one, because on one hand, Spirit is telling you to take your time. Spirit is telling you to be patient. Apologies. Sorry about that, group one. I'm hoping he calms down. He does have a vet visit coming, but this yowling is driving me insane. So it's conflicting energy, if I'm honest, because Spirit is asking you to have patience here with this Knight of Pentacles. Spirit is asking you to appreciate that this may take time. It's almost like there's this rushing energy with this with this Eight of Wands. Sorry, communication could be coming that will help get this situation moving forward. I'm not sure who this person is. We'll get some initials for you so that you can get more information on your individual situation. In a group reading, though, I just want to tell you that this energy is about collaborating with someone, is spending more casual time with them in order to build something more substantial, more long-lasting. This is a relationship. And remember, the question is, what is next in love for you? With this Knight of Pentacles, someone is wanting to dedicate a lot of effort and time to you and to this situation, and Spirit is asking you to not rush. But there is a lot of passion here with this Eight of Wands. There is this feeling of wanting to be impulsive. Someone is feeling as though they're running out of time. Someone is feeling as though there's a fear of being single, actually, that's coming through. Someone may be afraid of what the future holds. There's a fear of stepping off this ledge into something completely unknown as well. as if to say that this is something that hasn't been experienced before. Some of you, that's you. Others of you, that's your person's energy, the one who's coming in. So they have clocked you. They've been watching you. This is someone who's aware of you. For most of you, group 1. For those of you who haven't had any interaction with anybody at all in the last couple of months, this person is currently just wishing for someone that they can spend a lot of time with and energy with. There is passion here, but this connection is more about gaining wisdom. This connection is more about taking time to build something substantial. It's not just going to be sex, if I'm honest. And the question was, what is next in love? So that does make sense. What else can you tell us for group 1, Spirit? What is next in love for group 1? What is next in love for group 1? We have the Queen of Pentacles here. So some of you, I kind of feel that some of you may be in a connection currently or some sort of situationship. The Queen of Pentacles for me is like a marriage card. Someone is wifey material. Regardless of gender, this is a feeling of settling down. And with all these pentacles here, it could be about taking this connection or a relationship to the next level. If you are involved with someone or if you aren't, your next relationship will lead to a significant connection, a significant commitment. For most of you, it will lead to marriage if that is the path that you wish to take. If you don't believe in marriage or you don't want to get married, this is going to be someone who is going to dedicate a lot of time and effort towards you and creating something with you. Someone who wants to work on something with you. They definitely see you as being very abundant and prosperous. This person sees a lot of potential in you. Here with this Nine of Pentacles, you are an incredibly... you are very attractive, you're very beautiful, you look after yourself, but you do have a lot of potential in terms of your future. And that's where your person was at recently. They were contemplating their future and what that might look like for them. And then it's when the two of you have this opportunity, I feel like it will come after a period of feeling somewhat isolated or alone. Your person will enter your life in a way that they prove to you that they want more. They're going to put in the effort here. They're going to admire your work. They're going to appreciate you for who you are. It may be very casual in the beginning. Like I feel like this setting is quite informal, not entirely romantic, but it is going to lead to this feeling of wanting to settle down, whatever that means for you, group 1. It's going to be different for everyone. There is passion here, but it's going to lead to a long commitment. So your bottom deck energy is the Knight of Wands. So expect the unexpected with this Knight of Wands. Someone is making their way towards you as we speak. Someone wants to communicate something to you, whether they know you already or they don't. When they see you next, they're going to be feeling quite impulsive. They're going to want all of your time, all of your energy. They're going to want the opportunity to prove themselves to you. Now I'm going to zip over to the initials and messages for you. Group 1, Spirit, what is next in love for group 1? All right. Oh, okay. So we have an E for your initials. We also, the first one that popped out was a P. So these initials could be first, middle, or last name. We have an M. We have an A. We also have an X. So I feel that most of you may be aware of who this person is already. We have a B. Regardless, this relationship will be very comfortable. You will have this familiarity with each other where you're very comfortable around each other. We have an S. We also have another M or a W. Take it as it resonates. This one could be a W. We have a V for victory. Someone is definitely wanting success here. I feel that if you may have an inkling as to who this person is, if they've been in your life already, there's a H. They are currently pining after you. They're waiting for their opportunity. They're growing increasingly pessimistic, but it doesn't wane their desire. Their desires are growing. We have a J, and for messages, we have June, karmic partner, which could explain this Hermit card. This is someone is... Before this relationship begins, this might not be the present energy. I think this is more the present energy over here, this cluster of cards, the Hermit card is saying that someone had to heal from a previous karmic situation. It could have happened in June. Before this relationship can really work, experiences have to be had. Situations have to be experienced by each of you as individuals in order for you to gain wisdom as to what you want, who you are, and why you are on this earth. There's this renewed sense of purpose when the two of you meet, when the two of you come together, should I say, because some of you may have already met this person. There's this renewed sense of purpose and desire to create something together, and there's this feeling of wisdom. And I do feel that there may be a slight age gap between the two of you, but for whatever reason there is this feeling as though the two of you can help guide each other towards your purpose in this lifetime and towards the things that truly matter to your soul, because the Hermit card is about gaining that wisdom, gaining that information, that introspective moment, that understanding of who you are, why you are here, and what matters to you as well. With that Virgo, there's a lot of reflection. We have October, I wish I told you. So there is this feeling of urgency at the moment. There is this feeling of desire and impulsiveness when the two of you have the opportunity to come together. We have August, separation, so there could be a little bit of history between the two of you. You could have found yourself in hermit mode during August. We have March, I am grateful for my soulmate. This person is going to feel incredibly familiar. They're going to feel very connected to you as well. We have I'm grateful for my job. There's a lot of earth energy in this group 1. This could be a very practical person who is really trying to build their future right now. They're trying to understand what their future looks like. And when you two have the opportunity to come together, they are going to want to settle down with you. They are going to consider the future with you. And that is a strong indicator as to who this person will be when they come in. They're going to include you in their future plans. They're going to talk about their future with you in it. We also have a hidden initial. The letter G is also here. The last message is, it is always on my mind, 100%. If you know this person already with that 3 of Wands reverse, they are currently pining over this situation. They're wanting this situation to ground. There is a lot of frustration there. There's a lot of impatience. There's a lot of desire for something more, hoping for something more, waiting for something more. And even if you don't know this person, that is your other person's current energy. They are waiting for something more. They know that something better is out there for them, and they're waiting for their paths to cross with you. So group 1 spirit, what can you tell us about their person, their next relationship? What is next in love for group 1? What is next in love for group 1? What can you tell us? Do you even care? So there is going to be a pivotal conversation in this relationship. It is important that you two get on the same page, that you discuss your needs, your desires, your wants for yourself and for the connection for the future. I feel that you will, despite how different the two of you may appear or feel, you will be surprised to know that you have very similar goals and that you will be on the same page for a lot of things, and that is something that is going to help bring the two of you together and help the two of you realize how much you want this to work. Do you even care is asking for you to be honest with yourself and with this person, having those open and honest conversations, understanding what each other wants. Group 1 spirit, you already know is reverse. So this may happen when you least expect it, especially with the Knight of Wands. This situation is tickling your intuition. You might be feeling a build-up. You might be feeling energy changing around you, but it is going to happen when you least expect it. Group 1 spirit, what is next in love for group 1? Which is also a reminder to not get too stressed or concerned about the things you cannot control. It kind of tells me that this situation is in fact divinely orchestrated. Focus on the things that you can control and surrender to the things you cannot. Group 1 spirit, what can you tell me about what is next in love for them? We have the Ace of Wands, so there is a repurposing of energy here. We have the 10 of Pentacles, you are my everything. I do feel that this is extremely long term for you. And we have the 15 reverse, you make me want to do bad things. So this person has recently left a karmic situation. Your connection is about restoring balance in each of your lives. I feel that there is a strong soul connection between the two of you. There is going to be a bit of healing. I feel that one or both of you has recently come out of a situation where that required you to heal and reflect on how or who you want to be and what matters to you. But this 15 reverse is about making things right. So for a lot of you, you may need to reconcile with someone. It's about accepting the past for what it is and not allowing it to hold you back. Rewriting your future here with everything that you want. We have the 10 of Cups, you make my heart full. So this person will not only make you incredibly happy, they will prove that to you, that they mean everything that they say, and vice versa. There's a lot of emotion here, but there's a lot of pentacles as well. This person is incredibly invested in you, and they will be. When the two of you come together, I'm talking as though it's already happened, because I think I'm picking up on your relationship. But what is next in love for you is somebody who is going to make you very happy. I see like this family connection. The two of you are going to feel very devoted to one another, but there's this strong sense of appreciation and acceptance for each other's individual strengths and backgrounds. The two of you, I don't know why I'm getting this energy, the two of you may be quite different, or you may have come from different backgrounds or different lifestyles. But you are going to be on the same page, and the more time you spend getting to know each other casually, the more you'll realize how similar your futures are, or how similar you want your futures to be. So I'm going to get some advice for you as well. Group 1 Spirit, what is the advice for them? What can you share with Group 1 in terms of what is next in love for them? What do they need to hear now? Animals reversed. That's bizarre. I don't know if I want to read it reversed. Oh, okay, that's my cat on here in the bottom left. That's what he looked like as he walked away too. All right, so this card, the symbolism here is incredible. We have an owl, which to me represents wisdom. We have that black cat, which could represent superstition. Again, I'm feeling a strong link to intuition. There's also a black cat on the Queen of Wands card, so there's a lot of attraction here. There's the dove, which is calling for peace, harmony, happiness, balance, and the wolf has this protective nature, this obedient nature, especially with it sitting to the right, or it's actually on the left of the feminine on this card. This is an incredibly devoted person who has gained a lot of wisdom recently, incredibly attracted to you, and is seeking peace. They want this relationship to be long-lasting with that dove. They want you to be happy. They want to express love towards you. They may not be the kind of person who says it a lot, but they want to show you how much they care about you. So Group 1 Spirit, what is next in love for Group 1? Even some advice for right now. Oh, if you had any doubts, love is coming, Group 1. Love is coming towards you. Remember, release what you cannot control and take responsibility for what you can. This person will come when you least expect it. Focus on your well-being right now, Group 1. Focus on your well-being. Can I get some personality traits for Group 1's person, please? We have gentleness. So this person has a soft side to them. It is going to take a little bit to... well, not a lot of people get to see that side, if I'm honest. The gentleness in this person is something that they keep private. They are going to share it with you. They are going to show you a side to them that not a lot of people get to see. If this is someone from your past, this is going to be a side to them that you haven't been able to appreciate yet. We have humility. It may shock you to know that this person has a very small ego. In fact, when they talk about their dreams, when they talk about their passions, that is also something that they don't share with a lot of people. So when they talk about their future with you, they mean it. And it's not something that they talk about with a lot of people. If you are included in their future, if they tell you their plans and you're a part of it, it means a lot to this person. They are considering you as their one-stop relationship, if that makes sense. That's probably not the best way to say it. What's a better way? Like their final commitment, their final act. You're their everything. Literally, that's what I'm looking at. You are my everything. Any other personality traits for Group 1's person? We have satisfaction. So this person is going to leave you incredibly satisfied emotionally. Not that I think that you need it. I feel that you are somewhat very mindful of your well-being, but this person is going to emotionally fulfill you. They will look after your needs in terms of being very practical and wanting to build this little empire with you, working on something with you. They want to take their time to prove themselves to you, and they will care about you deeply. They're not just the person who says it, group one, they're the person who proves it. They will tell you how much they care about you. They will tell you what you mean to them. So group one, that is where I'm going to call your reading. I hope I wasn't too all over the place in the beginning. I am a little bit worried about my cat, so I tried to separate myself, but he's everywhere. So I hope that resonated. As always, you are the expert in your life, group one. Take what resonates and don't let the rest take from you. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. Hi, group two, and welcome. If you chose this black bolt / screw / I'm terrible with these things, then this is going to be your reading. So today we're asking Spirit, what is next in love for you, group two? So I'm going to be getting some tarot. I will also be getting messages and initials. I'm not doing charms today, but I'll be getting some channeled messages, some more hints about your person's personality, and some oracle cards that may reflect your person's traits or hopefully advice as well. We'll see what comes through. Now, I do want to apologize if my cat comes out and makes some noise. It may interrupt the video. I may need to pause the video. He's an old elderly cat, and we can't get a vet appointment until the start of next week. So I'm just monitoring him, but that means that I may need to pause the video and just settle him down again. So group two, what is next in love for group two, Spirit? What is next in love for group two? You do have a song linked in the description box below as well, group two. Feel free to watch that before, during, or after your video, your reading, I should say. It's up to you. We have your first card being the Nine of Swords, and I wasn't going to lie, I felt a little bit foggy as I was talking. So I do feel that there's this feeling of, it could be as simple as sleeplessness that's creating this fogginess during your days, but I want to know what's next in love, and what does that have to do with their love situation, Spirit? What is next in love? Death reversed, a rebirth perhaps, or hesitancy to change something, an ending that never ended. I'm very messy. Let's see what's coming out though. I'll get more cards. Group one, Spirit, what is next in love for group one? This will lead to a victory though. What started off as sorrow and pain, and a never-ending story of, it's like it should have ended, but it didn't, and then closure was never had. The death reversed is giving me this feeling as though emotional closure was never experienced. Scorpio reversed, it's this feeling of wanting to know, but like not wanting to know, and needing to know, but not needing to know. It's on the precipice of closure, and this emotional feeling of being pulled into something that shouldn't be there. It shouldn't exist. It should have ended, but you're still emotionally attached. For whatever reason, this will lead to a victory. What is next in love, Spirit? What is next in love for group two? We have the Ace of Cups. So there's going to be an expression of love towards you, group two. Someone has been admiring you. I don't know if you've had to completely rebuild yourself recently, or put on this brave front in the public eye, that you are doing very, very well. For whatever reason, you've had this, what will lead to your next situation, should I say, is this newfound confidence. When you find your energy start to balance out, when you find yourself incorporating or being more publicly involved, you'll find yourself being offered this Ace of Cups. But the Six of Wands, it's like you're being recognized for something. You're being appreciated by a community of people for some sort of achievement that you had. We also just had the Six of Pentacles reversed and the High Priestess reversed. So there was something in your past that was unresolved. It could have been karmic. It could have left you with a lot of pain, with a lot of sleepless nights, with a lot of anxiety, sorrow in general. You might have had an epiphany during this period of what you do want, what you do deserve, and how you deserve to be treated. Someone wasn't giving enough. Someone was giving too much. Someone had to withdraw because it was too painful. What followed was this death reversed. Someone made a decision to end something, but it's like the emotional body still needed closure. There was no true ending there. Energy was still tethered to that situation. And spiritually, or intuitively, should I say, there was still this underlying connection. There was still this feeling as though more should have been revealed, more should have been said, secrets could have been shared, as if there was more to know. There was this feeling as though there's more to know about this situation, but it was like this undercurrent. I do have this feeling as though you tried to move forward, you tried to progress, you tried to put yourself out there, you tried to incorporate your energy into the broader community, whether that meant that you were on dating sites, or that you just went out more on the weekends, or that you tried to preoccupy yourself with other things, or that you tried to surround yourself with people who give you confidence, who give you compliments, whether that's family or people who you know are going to just feed you with positive energy. It was this feeling as though you tried to move on energetically, you tried to stabilize yourself, and I think that you will be successful if you're not in this energy already. What leads from that is this Ace of Cups. Can we clarify the Six of Wands though? What is next in love for group 2, Spirit? The Queen of Wands reversed. You become incredibly magnetic, but also unavailable. So a lot of people have the opportunity to acknowledge you. I don't know how. This is what is going to be next in love for you. You'll be in a situation, if you're not already, that gives you the opportunity to be admired by many people, appreciated and recognized by many people. There's going to be this the spotlight on you. Although you are incredibly attractive and you're put in this position where you have a lot of admirers, it's like nobody can really get to you. And that makes you all the more alluring, whether that's because you're still emotionally unavailable or whether that's because there's a conflict of interest there. Like some of you, you may find yourself at work being more in the spotlight, or you're in a situation where a lot of people can see you, but it's not appropriate for you to interact with them in that way. You have a lot of admirers at that point, and it will, it will lead to this Ace of Cups situation, which is the King of Pentacles reversed. So somebody who is, oh my gosh, so what I'm being drawn to is that the whole bottom row here is reversed, which will look upright for you. But this King of Pentacles has their eye on the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands has their eye on the past. The Queen of Wands is thinking about, well, hang on a minute. Remember what happened in the past? Maybe I don't know everything about that. What could have happened here? What should have happened here? I'm physically moving forward. I'm energetically rebalancing myself, but emotionally I'm still thinking about this. And while the Queen is still thinking about that, the King is over here like, hello, hello, I'm knocking. How are you? I'd love to give you this cup of emotion. I'd love to wear my heart on my sleeve and tell you that I'm interested in you. But it's like the Queen is not entirely available. So what is next in love is that you could have an earth sign coming in. If they're not an earth sign, the Queen of Pentacles represents someone who is quite accomplished, who is stable. They're reversed because I feel like they're not obvious at first. You'll be waiting for a very obvious gesture from them. And the Ace of Cups is an opportunity, but it needs to be fostered, otherwise it could miss you. Your bottom deck energy in the tarot is the Seven of Pentacles. There's this feeling of waiting for something to grow, waiting for something to come into fruition. You've been putting energy and time into something, and it hasn't yet fruited. It hasn't come into fruition, should I say. Now, this King is really interested, but they can't get to you. Your energy is elsewhere. Your energy is being invested in the past. If you want an opportunity with this King of Pentacles, regardless of gender, this is someone who is quite interested in you, who has a little hustle going on. They might be self-employed. They could be someone who takes their career very seriously. They might be someone who, I don't know why I just heard lawyer. That's not usually what the King of Pentacles is. But there's someone who has routines, they have a little legacy that they're creating, They are quite stable. They're usually a very committed and loyal person, but they haven't caught your eye yet. They're kind of in your peripheral. And while you're in the public eye here, you're not really available to anyone because your energy is still being pulled into the past. So it is important that you heal your past pain. Otherwise, doesn't matter who the hell comes in. It could be the richest or most attractive person on earth. They won't mean a thing until you heal your past pain. You're not recognizing this Suda group 2 when they come in, is what I'm trying to say. I don't mean to call you out. I want to get some personality traits around this King of Pentacles spirit. Who are they? What is their personality like? Okay, this is interesting. We have pleasure. Oh, so this is okay. The King of Pentacles is reversed because they're a freak. With the Devil Capricorn energy is what I'm hearing. So they are going to be very attracted to you physically. Doesn't mean that all they want to do is, zoom, 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 and boom, boom. I don't know why that song came into my mind. But it does mean that there's going to be a lot of sexual desire. There's going to be a lot of passion. There's going to be a lot of Devil Capricorn energy. So this is quite a passionate person. Despite how focused they seem to be with work, they put in a lot of time I don't know why I was going to say where it matters. That's their opinion. Prudence is saying that someone in this situation is going to be hesitant to open up. I think it will take a lot of time to crack your hard exterior because you've kind of gone into this. You're repelling. You're so attractive, and yet you're repelling all romantic interest because you're still thinking about the past and waiting for closure there. Prudence is saying that your person's behavior is that they're going to pick up on that, okay? And they're going to struggle to kind of break that. I think that on one hand, you're going to mislabel them as someone who only wants sex, whereas they are trying to actually give you space because they feel emotionally disconnected from you. This Ace of Cups is being offered, and yet the energy below is that they're chasing and you're running. Now we have a blank here. So this person's personality is going to be incredibly, what's the word? They're going to mold themselves to you. And I don't mean that in a narcissistic way, but this person is going to be very accommodating to your needs. They really want to get to know you. They want to understand you. This is an opportunity for a blank slate, but I think that the attraction here is going to make this person almost obsessive, and they aren't going to rest until they get to the bottom of it, until they crack your exterior. I don't know if that's what you want, but this is what is going to be next in love for you, group 2. We have communication. It was wanting to show itself reversed, which indicates that you may not be on the same page as your person when they come in. And I mean, that's quite obvious just based on the placements here. You are still focusing on the past, on this past pain, on this unrequited situation perhaps with the Six of Pentacles reversed. Someone was not giving enough, whereas the other person was open to receiving and giving. You're looking back, and your person's looking at you, waiting for you to fill in the gaps here. Communication is what is needed. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with the person displaying interest in you. If you don't want a relationship, if this isn't what you're interested in, please don't lead them on, because they are very keen on you. And despite them presenting as the King of Pentacles, quite a practical person, they are displaying a lot of affection here. There's going to be a moment where they extend their emotions to you. They wear their heart on their sleeve. And it really just depends on what you want and whether you choose to reciprocate. But I do see an offer coming through. However, this person feels as though you're a bit of a prude. You're not being open. You're not being honest. You're not allowing other people to express interest in you. Because you come across as being so confident, and God, that's attractive, and yet when people try to approach you, you repel them because you feel this pain in your past, this unresolved emotional closure. Now, I want to get some initials and messages, please, Spirit. What is next in love for group 2? We just got one that fell out. All right. You got a lot of bees lately. I don't know if that's a new thing or what. But the first letter that came out was a B. So this could be their first, middle, or last name. It could be yours as well. We have a U. So this person coming in is going to be very invested in you, group 2. We have a K. I just heard Kyle. We have an X. So you may have, I mean, listen, that's what I'm picking up if I'm honest. Your energy is very tethered to someone from your past at the moment. You're not allowing this situation to end. There's a lot of emotional... and I feel that you have been working on this, you have been trying, but no matter how far you try to, or how confident you present on the surface, your underlying emotion is still being, it's like a deep underground river that's still finding its way back to the situation. We have an S here. We also have a T. We also have a C. What else? We got a lot of initials today. We have a D. I just heard don't worry. That's from Spirit. Don't worry, I love you. We have an O. What else have we got here? There's a lot of initials. Oh my gosh. There's another one hiding in there. All right. We also have an N, we have an A, we have a J, we have a B, and we also have a V. All right, let's get to the messages. I want to figure out what's going on here. We have September, I'm grateful for my wisdom. So whatever pain happened in your past, group 2, please understand that that situation happened for a reason. And I know that it's easy for me to say that based on the limited information that I have, but this situation unfolded in order for you to gain wisdom is what I'm trying to say. September tells me it could have been like something about 9 months is quite significant for you, 9 months, but it did put you in this energy of losing sleep, with that 9 of Swords as well, losing sleep, having anxiety, feeling this desire for more, and then you realize that nobody else was going to give you more, so you almost had to create more for yourself. You had to restore your energetic balance yourself. And the 6 of Wands is also about having clear boundaries energetically, and yet you still feel this fear of jumping into relationships, even when it's with someone who has incredible interest in you. We also have March, I'm grateful for my soulmate. So you do have a soulmate either coming in or around you currently who is able to help you with your energetic struggles. Maybe that's why this is so difficult. Maybe you did feel as though you had lost a soulmate in the past. The March here is also giving me Pisces energy, which is very strongly linked to the High Priestess. Now, I want you to know you can trust your intuition. Your intuition is something that can't be logically explained, but in this situation, you've turned your intuition off. The High Priestess is reversed because some of the closure that you are seeking isn't going to come to you from the place that you are wanting it to come from. You do need to allow yourself to trust and accept that everything happens for a reason, and that what you want to know isn't always what you need to know here. The High Priestess is about accepting the unknowns and moving forward with what you do know. Trust your intuition, group 2. Some of the closure you are seeking isn't going to come from the person or the place that you want it to. Now we also have a letter H or H as well. Messages. We got this big one that only comes out once every so often. So the date on this is the 11th of April, Easter Saturday, when I wrote it, and it says, I'm grateful for family. So there is this indication that there are people around you, soulmates, and not all soulmates are romantic, group 2. There are people around you who care deeply for you, who are very concerned about your well-being, and who want you to be successful. These are the kind of people who will help build your confidence up into that 6 of Wands energy. If you aren't there already, they're the kind of people who help gas you up, who pump up your tires. They are going to feel like a family. They're going to feel like your family. They may not be related by blood, but they give you this feeling of security. They realign you with your values. They help you to feel grounded, and they also give you the confidence that you need in order to move forward towards this Ace of Cups. We have same. So maybe your biggest fear is that you're going to be put in that situation again where the feelings aren't mutual or that energy isn't balanced. It didn't feel like feelings here. It felt like someone wasn't able to give enough time or energy to a connection, or maybe money. Maybe someone expected too much money from you, group 2. They expected too much from you, or you gave too much and they didn't give enough. But please know that what is coming towards you is something that has the desire to be balanced here. It is going to be balanced with that same. It is going to feel very balanced. It's going to feel reciprocated. The Ace of Cups is upright. This person is wearing their heart on their sleeve. They want you a part of their future. Now, I just want to clarify this King of Pentacles. Who is that King of Pentacles? Are they, for example, are they someone that majority of group 2 knows already, or is it someone completely new? All right, that's a very interesting way of throwing yourself out there. So the Fool reverse, this is somebody who doesn't take risks easily. This is somebody who you may have a bit of, okay, so for some of you there's baggage here, apparently, with the Fool. There's a fear of jumping in too soon to this connection for whatever reason. Someone has baggage that's weighing them down from taking this leap of faith. There's someone who is incredibly practical and they are afraid to jump into things head first in case they fail. They're afraid of looking like a fool. We have the Knight of Pentacles reverse. Something about this situation makes them want to rush things. They're wanting, rather than taking time to lay down the foundations, it's like they're wanting their whole house built immediately. For some of you, this Knight of Pentacles is reversed because of the rushing feeling. For others of you, this is a hesitancy again. This fear of commitment, hesitancy to jump into something substantial. This King of Pentacles is someone who it may be easier for you to get to know privately. I don't know why that's coming up, but when I see the Three of Pentacles reversed, there's this feeling of not wanting to publicize, not wanting to collaborate or be in the public eye. There's this feeling of wanting to hide, feeling quite humble, not really advertising achievements or developments. Perhaps a majority of this relationship will be in your spare time, or there's going to be a lot of private time needed in this connection in the beginning. This is someone who wants private time with you, though. They don't want too many eyes on your connection, especially in the beginning. They want to get to know you privately. And remember, you are coming from this energy of the Six of Wands. You're someone who appears to be in the public eye. You have admirers. You have people who take a lot of time to give you the confidence. I don't know, it just feels as though you have this public recognition. And your person is like, that's cool, but who are you actually? Like, I want to get to know the real you when there aren't other people around. Who are you? We have the Knight of Wands reversed. So there's this feeling of wanting to be impulsive, and yet the practical nature of this person is telling them not to be. My Knight of Wands, I always just say, expect the unexpected. This energy is quite passionate, though. This is someone who may be at a distance from you. They may need to travel towards you in order to make this connection work. It may be a long-distance connection in the beginning. It could mean that travel is an adversity facing this connection, but I feel as though that obviously there's a situation where this person is able to give you an Ace of Cups moment. So they may be around you, and then they may have to travel elsewhere, and then they'll come back around you, and then they'll travel elsewhere. Someone may need to apologize in this situation. If that doesn't resonate, the Page of Cups just talks about taking it slow, having playful, almost like flirty energy, if I'm honest. There's this feeling of just getting to know each other. I feel as though most of you don't know this person, if I'm honest. This feels like a new person, or at least someone who you haven't had a relationship with yet, because there is this feeling of inexperiencedness, of one person really wanting this to work and the other person still needing to resolve their karma from the past. So I feel like both of you, communication is going to help the two of you get on the same page, but also just enjoying the little things, enjoying the getting to know each other phase, the pleasure from the beginning, you know, the dating phase. You don't need to make this more complicated than it is what I'm getting. Bottom deck energy is the Four of Cups reversed. So there's a feeling of like a missed opportunity of wanting to make something right here. Someone needs to realize that they deserve, like, don't get complacent with that Four of Cups reverse. You deserve happiness. Don't settle for less than. Recognize your worth. Recognize what you missed in the past and that this is not what you deserve in your future. And allowing yourself to heal from this previous emotional lack of closure. Because with this Four of Cups reversed, you have to remind yourself that you deserve more than this. You know, these 3 cups just weren't enough. You deserve more than this, and someone is going to be extending their Ace of Cups towards you. They're currently watching you, apparently, and there's that Devil energy. So this is someone who is aware of you. If you think that you've been as single as a Pringle group 2, this is someone who's currently in your peripheral. They're coming in. They're going to feel incredibly connected to you. We did have that soulmate there, so perhaps they feel a strong soul connection to you. But there's this feeling of don't let this be a missed opportunity. Now I'm going to get some messages from my Channel Messages Oracle deck for Group 2 Spirit. What can you tell me about what is next in love for Group 2? What is next in love for Group 2 Spirit? What is next in love for Group 2? We have 1 Pentacle. So there is an Ace of Pentacles moment as well, a new beginning, 100%. This is someone who you haven't had a relationship with before. This is a leveling up feeling. This is something that could last. It depends how you foster it, really. These are pentacles, these are aces, sorry, not just pentacles. So we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So aces are opportunities, that's how I read them. They're not promises, they are what you make them of. They are what you make of it situations. So if you want this to be long lasting, it has the potential to, but you've got to put that time and energy and effort into it. Otherwise, it could just be a substantial connection for you. But remember, this is what is next in love. So I do feel that with time, there could be love here. We have time to ground yourself, and I do feel that there's something about this person coming in that where the timing feels off for you. You're like, oh, they're really cool and they're really attractive and they seem to be very well put together and they have so much interest in me, but I'm still healing. And that's okay. You don't need to rush into this. With that Page of Cups there, you are allowed to take your time, but I feel as though you need to ground yourself, and this person may be coming in to remind you that timing is never going to be accurate or right. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens when it does. If it is meant for you, it will find you. And there's time to ground yourself. It's as if this person is coming in to remind you that life doesn't run on perfect timing, you know? Sometimes things happen exactly when they do at exactly the time that they are meant to happen. So while you shouldn't feel rushed, there is this feeling of don't let this be a missed opportunity when this person comes through. So Group 2, what is next in love for Group 2, please? And this person is going to help you get through some of your healing. There is this lot of soulmate energy here. This is someone who inadvertently is going to help you move forward. They may not need, and you shouldn't really. I have this firm belief that while the pain may not be our fault, it is our responsibility to heal so that we don't inflict that pain on others. This person isn't responsible for your healing, but them coming into your life is going to help you heal. Their presence, they don't even need to be actively involved, but it's just their presence that is making you want to heal, want more, that is helping you realize that you deserve more. So Group 2 Spirit, what is next in love for Group 2? I'm seeing a lot of aces in here. What is next in love for Group 2, please? I'm a very jealous person. It was actually reversed, but I do feel that someone is in the public eye, that someone currently has their eye on someone. And perhaps it's just feeding into that energy of the Three of Pentacles, wanting to get to know each other without other people around. But who are you when other people aren't around? I can't even look at you right now, and it's very frustrating. I feel that most of you know this person already, and they're very frustrated by the fact that they can't be a part of your life right now. This is also clarifying that the challenges that you are experiencing right now will resolve themselves. This is my Five of Swords energy. You may have felt as though you had to walk away from a challenging situation situation in the past. Resolution is going to be had, but it's about accepting what you can and can't control and trusting your intuition, knowing that everything happens for a reason, and really allowing yourself to surrender to what you cannot control. Spirit is asking you to be more selfish, group 2. Put your needs first. Happiness starts from within. Don't wait for somebody else to make you happy. Happiness starts from within. But also, understand that you can't make everyone happy, group 2. So the least that you can do is make yourself happy. Knowing that you can't make everyone happy, at least make yourself happy. We have I'm manifesting you. So there is someone, I feel like it's our King of Pentacles character over here, who is currently in a situation where they are aware of you, or they have perhaps dreamt of you if you don't know this person yet, and they are manifesting you into their life. Regardless, this card is telling you that you are powerful. It's similar to my Magician card in the Tarot Rider-Waite deck. So I really feel as though this card is calling for you to call onto your power, Surround yourself with people who give you confidence, those soulmates who aren't romantic but feel like family and help you realign yourself with your values. This card here is reminding you that you are powerful and you are constantly manifesting through the words, the actions, the thoughts, the behaviors that you express. So be mindful of what you're saying to yourself and about yourself. Remind yourself to be selfish. You can't make everyone happy. At least make yourself happy, and understand that you cannot control everything. Surrender to what you cannot control and take responsibility for what you can. Happiness starts from within. We have the Two of Cups here. So a soulmate is around you already, or they'll be coming in, but there is this feeling as though when you meet this person, they're going to feel very familiar. You're going to feel incredibly connected to them. It's going to feel as though your life started when you met them. And although the timing may not have been 100% right, there is this feeling as though, when is going to be the right time? Time is just a construct of our reality. Spiritual timing is completely different to 24-hour time, So know that everything happens for a reason, and this person came into your life, or you two are coming together at a time that is very pivotal for your healing. You may not be completely healed, but the lesson here is that your healing journey is ongoing. There is no peak, there is no cap. It just continues happening throughout your life. You'll experience other things that will require you to heal. So this person is going to definitely be some sort of soulmate, soul contract situation. So group 2, Spirit, can I get some advice or some information about what is next in love for them? I'll just get a couple of cards for you, group 2. Nothing too crazy. We have blessings. So this is kind of tying into gratitude, about creating that happiness around you, instigating moments of joy in your present. What are you grateful for, group 2? Sometimes we get so wrapped up in our sorrows and all the things that have happened wrongly that we forget to be appreciative for our blessings, the things in our life that we should be grateful for, the things that were brought to our lives to bless us. And it's about hindsight as well. In the situation, it can feel incredibly painful. But with time, we might look back and consider that happened exactly when it did, exactly how it did, at the exact time that it needed to. There are blessings in your life that will help you once you remind yourself of them, and once you allow yourself the time to appreciate them, they will help you move forward with your healing, group 2. There is a fogginess around this group. I hope you're sleeping well, but I don't think a lot of you are. Group 2, Spirit, some advice or information about what is next in love for them. We have beauty. You are beautiful, group 2. Admire yourself. Take time to appreciate the person that you are. Understand that you are made uniquely perfect just as you were intended to be. Be more selfish. You can't make everyone happy, so at least make yourself happy, because happiness lies from within. So what I mean by that is, it doesn't matter who the hell comes in. You have this King of Pentacles person coming towards you, but it doesn't matter how perfect they are, you aren't going to be happy with them until you are happy by yourself, until you allow yourself to feel happiness from within. That doesn't mean that you have to be a spinster for a couple of years, It doesn't mean that you have to tell yourself, oh, I'm not allowed to be with anyone because I'm broken. No. The truth is, no one is healed. Everyone is healing. Our life is about triggering us and challenging us, because the truth is, our soul and this reality that we're born into, our soul's life versus what we see, it doesn't match. And if a lot of you watch The Matrix, that's what it makes me think of, you know, like this is just The Matrix. Our mind is constantly trying to make sense of what we see, taste, hear, smell, touch, but our soul is constantly telling us that there's more out there. There's more out there to appreciate. So just know that you were created perfectly as you were intended to be, and make this a priority. Make happiness your priority. Take time for yourself. Be more selfish here. Put yourself first. Look in the mirror and appreciate how far you've come. Peace is telling me that you will have resolution, especially with that 5 of Swords reversed. But you have to allow yourself the time to, I just feel like you kind of distract yourself instead of fully giving yourself the closure that you need. It's almost like you're telling yourself that closure is coming, and yet you also allow it to be unresolved because you've turned your intuition off. So instead of distracting yourself, find a quiet moment to instigate peace in your present, because you can't have peace in your future until you create that present right now, until you create peace in your present right now. I hope I'm not too scattered, group 2. I'm really trying to fight through the fogginess, but I feel like we might be on the same page with that one. Now, I want you to know that you have prosperity coming towards you, okay? You will be happy. You deserve happiness. You deserve love, but you have to believe that within yourself. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what I show you. It's not going to come until you believe that within yourself. Now, your bottom deck card is courage, and perhaps that's something that you need to see. It's not about, oh, you don't have this. Spirit is saying you need to have it. You already have it, group 2. You are courageous. You are confident. You are strong. You are powerful. But maybe some of you have forgotten that recently. So group 2, that is where I'm going to call your reading. It was a little bit of a lengthy one, but I feel that we did need to take that extra time. I hope it wasn't too scattered. I hope that made sense, but remember that you are the expert in your life, group 2. Take what resonates, don't let the rest take from you. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 3, and welcome. If you chose this extremely long silver screw, then this is going to be your reading. So group 3, it almost looks dangerous. I'm just going to leave it over there on an angle. I don't want it upright. There's no one really around, but I just get nervous around those sorts of things. Alright, so today we're asking Spirit, what is next in love for you, group 3? Going to keep it general. I'm sorry that I can't get too specific because we are a massive community now, and also I want this to appeal to whoever clicks on it. So whether you are in a connection, whether you are in a situationship, whether you are completely single and not aware of anyone at all, I hope that this will have messages that resonates for you. So group 3, Spirit, what is next in love for group 3? I just want to remind you that you do have a song in the description box below. You may choose to play that song before, during, or after your reading. There may be additional messages in those lyrics, group 3. So Spirit, what is next in love for group 3, please? What is next in love for group 3? I'm seeing a lot of big cards come through, so it's quite significant stuff coming your way, group 3, if you haven't experienced it already. First card is the 9 of Swords reversed. Interesting. We had that for group 2, but it was upright. And I feel that this situation that we all find ourselves in as a collective can be quite challenging, but this is telling me that you're working through it. So what I'm seeing is that you're coming out of a period of feeling sorrow, of having this pain, this, for some of you it might even be trauma, but you're not letting yourself dwell in that darkness. You're not letting yourself settle for that. You're trying to overcome it. You're trying to overcome your pains. We have the Hermit here, another 9. So 9 might be very significant for you right now. I think it's significant for me. That might be why it keeps coming through. I am the Hermit Tarot, but the Hermit card here for you is talking about allowing yourself the time to really heal from whatever happened in your past. And it's interesting, the Hermit's come out for another group too, so it's a firm reminder that you can't really move forward until you've liberated yourself from the past. Don't bring your past into your future. Don't let your past hold you back. The Hermit card is also here to say that the answers you may be seeking about a connection or a person can be found from within. You are the expert here. But the Hermit is a guidance card. So someone could be coming into your life who is quite wise, who will help you have this opportunity, who will help instigate this opportunity for clarity and guidance. Now, the Hermit is also a card of... So I always see the Hermit as, it's not a loner card. The Hermit is a guiding force. So if this hasn't happened already, there could be someone who helps you on your spiritual journey, who helps progress you forward from whatever pain you were experiencing in your past. They kind of act as this beacon for you in helping you realize what you truly deserve and what your true purpose is. And that will help realign you with your love situation as well, because your energetic frequency is then more true to the person you were intended to be on this earth. Perhaps a lot of you need to release some of the things that you've been carrying. You've been changing your frequency to align with things that aren't true to your nature. Sometimes we take on either rituals or hobbies or interests or even connections that aren't actually in line with who we truly are. And so the Hermit is here to guide you through this and to remind you of what you do deserve and why you are here, your purpose. It is going to help you meet the next person, essentially. Now, Page of Swords reversed. There's this feeling of inexperiencedness here with the page. I feel like you want more. You want answers, you want information, you want to understand things, you want to obey your logical mind, is what I'm hearing. You want to obey your logical mind. Perhaps something isn't adding up. And instead of liberating yourself from it, you're telling yourself, well, surely that can't be true. You're allowing yourself to be limited to what you see, hear, feel, think, and taste. Whereas what is happening to you is incredibly spiritual. Group 3, Spirit, what is next in love for Group 3? I want you to know that the confusion here, the challenges you've been experiencing will end, but you need to persevere through Group 3. We have the 8 of Cups, so some of you may be choosing to walk away from a situation right now that isn't fulfilling you. Some of you are feeling emotionally distant, as though you don't exist. What's the word? How do I describe this? It's not that you don't exist in your world, but it's like the world that you had been creating isn't even for you. It's not what you want. It's not what you feel emotionally attached to. Perhaps there's some sort of secret that is going to be revealed to you that will call you to... it's like it's calling you back to where you should be, to where you should be going, to who you should be going towards for some of you. What is next in love for Group 3? This is incredibly ethereal, if I'm honest. I feel completely dissociated from my body. You're always an interesting group, Group 3. I never know what to expect. We have the Page of Cups here. Shall I read all of these? No. Well, there are messages here, but the Page of Cups came out to remind you to be more present, as I was saying that I feel dissociated. Just be more present. Allow yourself to be happy right here, right now. Instigate moments of joy right here, right now. It doesn't have to be too serious, is what this card is saying. Some of you are on a significant soul journey and you find it incredibly difficult to stay present. You're constantly dredging up feelings from your past. You're constantly feeling concerned about your future. You're constantly fantasizing and daydreaming about your future, but really what you need to be doing is grounding yourself in your present and not taking life too seriously. Understand that you can be happy right here and right now. The Page of Cups is calling you to be more playful. Someone could be coming towards you to help you instigate this joy in your present as well. But I feel like this Page of Cups is more your energy. Spirit is saying that in order to help you overcome this feeling of pain from your past, you do need to be more present. You do need to allow yourself to be happy right here, right now. Temperance reversed is insinuating that there is an imbalance of energy around you right now. There is this inner turmoil. There's this feeling as though you're not in union with yourself, and I don't want to jump into that in a group reading, a general reading, but for this to be below the Hermit card, you are seeking answers from outside sources when actually everything can be found and resolved from within. And Temperance is asking for you to balance your own energy. Acceptance here. Accepting what you can and cannot control. This keeps coming up in all the groups. So when it comes to love, you cannot control other people's behaviors, actions, thoughts, etc. But you can control your own to the best of your ability. You can take responsibility for your own actions, thoughts, behaviors. And Temperance is reminding you of that. You feel alone, and yet you're in this situation because you haven't quite appreciated the wisdom. You haven't quite understood the message. So Temperance is here to tell you to release what you cannot control and to really pay attention to what is around you and what you're feeling, because everything is happening for a reason. The pain that you are experiencing is a reminder of something that needs to be healed, like a pain that needs to be addressed. It's a reminder of some healing that needs to be worked with. Now, we have another 9 here, group 3. 9 of Pentacles reversed, and this is under the Page of Swords. So listen, you guys are in a really complicated situation. What is next in love is that Spirit is asking you to focus on yourself. I feel like some of you, group 3, are already in a relationship, or you're in a connection, some sort of spiritual connection. And instead of feeding energy into that person right now, you really need to be focusing on yourself, because it's almost like you've been neglecting yourself with this card. You've been looking over at the other person and going, wow, the grass is really greener on the other side, when it isn't, okay? Everyone has their own issues that they're also overcoming. Page of Swords is asking you to not go out and stare at other people's success here. Don't get what's the word, like a busybody, sticky beak, basically, looking out and spying on other people, and then feeling really crap because on social media that person looks amazing. You know, it's not their reality and it's not your reality, so don't worry about it. Feed that energy back into yourself. It's natural to feel curious. I just want to say it's natural to feel curious. You know, maybe you want to check up on somebody, but really right now, Spirit is asking you to focus on yourself. It's like you've been neglecting yourself, group 3. And I know that we're asking about what is next in love, but honestly, everyone here is alone in these cards. And with there being so many major arcana, like these 2 to be here and just the 2 pages, it's like there's some sort of message that has been delivered to you, and you're in this situation for a reason, but you haven't quite appreciated that message yet. You haven't absorbed that message yet, is what I feel. You need to understand that right now, what is very pivotal, should I say, for you, for your journey, and for this connection that you share with someone else, is that you allow yourself the space and time to really work with the energies that you're feeling. There's like this inner turmoil within you, group 3, and I feel that the reason for that pain wasn't fair. You know, you didn't ask for this. Nobody asks to be hurt. But it is your responsibility to work through this and to really try to focus on your healing right now. I want you to remember that there is no such thing as being healed. There is no such thing as being completely broken. You know, life is about experiencing things, and unfortunately, these experiences trigger us. They give us pain. Nobody is going to be healed at any single point in their time. We are going to be healing until the day we die. But right now, you really need to focus on this inner turmoil and trying to find that balance, that union from within. I feel like a lot of you are in some sort of connection, whether it's spiritual, whether it's a physical, tangible relationship. You need to focus on yourself, group 3. And this is a message that came through for group 1 too. Was it group 2? I can't remember, but it was just about happiness. You know, if we know that we can't make everybody happy, the least we can do is make ourselves happy, is find that happiness for ourselves. That is the least that we can do. We can't make everyone happy, so at least make ourselves happy. And we have 3 9s here, which is really about focusing on yourself, giving yourself the space to be introspective, to have that hindsight, that appreciation for what happened in the past, whether it was good, bad, or just meh. You know, give yourself that opportunity to really process what happened in order for you to be more present, because your happiness starts right here, right now. You should never delay that. You should never tell yourself, oh, I'll wait till the future. No. You really need to focus on your happiness right now. And in order to do that, for some of you, you do need to process what happened in your past and release what you can't control and accept what you can control. Now, I want to clarify this Eight of Cups, Spirit. Why is the Eight of Cups in this reading of what is next in love for group 3? We have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's interesting. We have two eights here. One talks about working on something, and the other one talks about walking away from something. So I feel that for some of you, group 3, you're going to be walking away in order to work on something else. And for many of you, this is about walking away from what you can't control in order to work on what you can, which is your own future, your own happiness, your own actions, etc. So for others of you, you may have found yourself in a situation where, you know, the person that I'm with, I don't really want a future with them. And you're out here trying to be more selfish and focusing on your own future instead. What is next in love for you, group 3, is that it is time to be more selfish. It is time to take your own happiness into your own hands, to release what you cannot control. You can't make everyone happy, but the least you can do is make yourself happy. Bottom deck energy is the King of Wands. This is going to be incredibly invigorating. It's like putting a match underneath you. You're going to feel restless. You're going to feel passionate, creative. You're going to have a desire for life, a new zest for life, a new lease on life. You're going to want more for yourself, and so you should, group 3. You deserve more. You're going to feel incredibly, like you're going to gain confidence. The more time you spend alone with yourself, the more you're going to realize how incredible you are and how incredibly limited you may have been in your recent past, how you had maybe put the cap on a bit too soon. You have a lot of potential here with this King of Wands. The possibilities are endless. You are a passionate person who deserves more, and you are a creative person who needs to express themselves. I feel as though you are someone who is going to attract a lot of people being in this energy. The King of Wands is a very attractive energy. There's a very sort of brooding energy about a King of Wands, but it's really important that you continue giving yourself that time to really balance that inner turmoil and remind yourself of the true person that you are and what you truly deserve. So it's interesting that all these groups have kind of turned into little gas up sort of readings. It was about what is next in love, but instead it's just been about you, the viewer. So I kind of love that. I'm here for it. I'll gas you up any day. It's better than roasting, but hey, we're here for honesty and clarity. So group 3, Spirit, what is next in love for group 3? What is next in love for group 3? We have sincerity. Okay, sincerity. I think that sincerity can also be, well, this is ironically an emotion that can be linked to the Page of Cups, which is above the card that I just put that. But sincerity can also just be about being honest, you know, having that moment of, well, listen, this isn't working out. I just need time for me right now. Having those sincere, honest conversations. It might not be easy, but there's a way that you can say it so that your needs are being addressed and the pain is minimized, you know? It's just really important that you be honest here with yourself primarily and with the people around you in your life. If you need space, you need space, group 3. Flexibility, yeah. Don't put a time limit on your healing. Don't put a time limit on your journey. Don't compare yourself to others. That is your biggest message here with the Page of Swords reversed. Don't compare yourself to others, okay? Really allow yourself to be more selfish. You've been neglecting yourself lately, according to this spread. Flexibility here is don't put a time limit on your healing or your love life. Everything happens when it is intended to happen. Harmony is created from within, especially with it being over temperance. You need to work on healing that inner turmoil at the moment with the Temperance card. There's a risk here. I feel that. And it could be an emotional risk. There is some sort of risk here. There's some sort of fear here. There's a secret here. But I think that the best thing that you can do is be sincere and honest. Say what you mean is something that's coming through. Say what you mean. Anything else for group 3? What is next in love for group 3? All right, I think you just need to see one last message. Patience. Patience is a virtue, apparently. Haven't quite learned that virtue yet. So group 3, I'm really just feeling that you need this time for yourself. If you are in a connection or a relationship or a situationship, be it spiritual, physical, etc., you really need time to work on this turmoil, work on this pain, and work on your own happiness. There's this feeling as though it's going to take some acceptance. It's going to mean that you have to address some uncomfortable things, having some uncomfortable conversations, but with sincerity, you will be creating more harmony in your life. And remember to be patient about your healing. Don't compare yourself to others here. Group 3, Spirit. What is next in love for group 3? I'm going to get some initials and messages, hopefully, but we'll see. I feel like this is mostly messages. Oh no. Pleasantly surprised again. We have an F. So first, focus on yourself. That's what came through immediately. A, the first letter in the alphabet. Focus on yourself. We have a P. These initials could be your middle, first, last name, or the person or the initials of someone who you are currently dealing with. We have an R here. We have a Z. We have a U, are the most important person in your life. We have another F, focus on yourself. No, I'm sorry. I'm annoying myself now. We have a G, so you are gorgeous. Appreciate the person that you are. We have a H. Honest, yeah, that's something that I need to stop doing that, but H is for honest, apparently. All right, we have that would hurt. There is some sort of risk here, but remember, sincerity and honesty above everything else. That is how you are going to get through this. It may mean that you need to have some tricky conversations, but sincerity and honesty, okay? Don't let your fears limit you from your own happiness. The other thing that we have is I'm grateful for my options. Absolutely, it's never too late to change paths. No matter how old you are, no matter how invested you are in a current situation, it is never too late to change paths, especially if that road leads to self-discovery. The Hermit is here with their lantern trying to guide you towards your true purpose. It is time to realign yourself with your inner harmony. I'm grateful for my options, walking away from something that doesn't emotionally serve you to create something that does deserve your effort, your time, your resources, etc. Even if that means money, perhaps even putting a lot of finances into something. Realigning yourself with your true purpose. Now, we also have if only. Group 3, there is no need to keep daydreaming about this. There is no need to keep fantasizing about this. You can make this happen. This can be your reality. We also have, I think this is the family one. Yes, 11th of April, Easter Saturday. I am grateful for my family. So this could be incredibly tricky. This could be incredibly messy of a situation with a lot of collateral damage or potential collateral damage. But listen, if you are out here trying to focus on your own happiness, in terms of karma, you can do no wrong, okay? There is always a way to, how can I word this better? For you, group 3, the main thing that you should remember is don't compare yourself to others. You can't make everyone happy, so the least you can do is make yourself happy. And happiness starts from within. Can I get some messages from my channel messages Oracle deck? What is next in love for group 3? What is next in love for group 3, please? There is a risk that's really like, it caused you to lose sleep initially. And look at that, the death card. There is an ending here, okay? Group 3, there is an ending, and it is for you to evolve. There's going to be a rebirth. You are going to feel like a completely new person with a new purpose, and you're going to feel liberated, and you're going to feel passionate about your life again. You need to express yourself. You're a creative being who may have put the cap on themselves way too quickly. You didn't allow yourself the opportunity to fully explore the person that you are. That death card is asking for you to do something that is going to be scary, because it may be new for you, or it may have been a while since you've been in this situation, but you aren't going to fail here. This is something you're being guided to do, and you are a being of love and light. They just showed me light there. With this ending is a new beginning, and appreciate that everything does happen for a reason here, group 3. So group 3, Spirit, what is next in love for group 3? We have a yes. So you are going to be successful. This is the yellow light. You are going to be successful, group 3. What is next in love for group 3? We have I want you reversed. Oh no. I feel like a lot of you are going to be walking away from a situation, a connection, or something that doesn't serve you. You're making that decision because you realize that you have so many options out there with the 6 of Cups. It's like it's not that I don't want you, but I have so many options and I can't limit myself, you know? Remind yourself that your soul is calling you to do this with that 6 of Cups. Someone is out there giving you the siren's call, calling you towards them, because you may have settled down with you may have settled for a situation that wasn't actually what you were meant to have, if that makes sense. Someone out there, your soulmate perhaps, is literally, that's the card that comes out, the 2 of Cups, soulmate, is calling you towards them. And in that process, you've realized that the person or the situation that you're in right now isn't where you're meant to be. Your soul is calling you to something greater. This is reversed at the moment because you may not have met this person yet, or you may not be with this person currently, but I feel as though you are calling each other into your lives. So group 3, Spirit, what is next in love for group 3? We have sex with you. So you are going to be successful. This is just my 6 of Wands. You're going to be successful, okay? You need to express yourself with this card. It's about balancing your energy. You will have the opportunity to receive as much as you give. And just know that it's never too late to do these things, okay? You may be in a situation where you're like, well, I've already invested this much energy. Maybe I should just stay. No, you deserve more. And it's never too late to make these changes and to put your needs first. Group 3, Spirit, what is next in love for group 3, please? What is next in love for group 3? We have the 9 of Swords. I am terrified, and this is actually going beneath the Death card, so I feel that. But this risk is worthwhile. We have I just want space. Yes, literally underneath yes. I just want space. You're healing right now. This is my 6 of Swords. You are moving towards calmer waters, finding that inner harmony, finding that stability, finding that peace. Bottom deck energy is I think we should see other people. So this is my 3 of Swords. This is about healing. This is about addressing pain from your past. It's about taking the rose-colored glasses off. What is going on in your current situation? What are you currently unhappy about? Maybe it's not that you're unhappy, it's just that you're not content. Something is niggling at you. Something is eating away at you. Something is pulling you towards your real truth here. A soulmate is out there seeking you right now. And it's made you realize that, wow, the situation that I'm in, whether I'm in another connection or not, it might just be that you've become very complacent in your current situation. You're not happy is what I'm picking up, group 3. And it's going to just remember that with an ending comes a new beginning. You don't need to rush. Please don't compare yourself to others. But that is part of the reason why what is happening to you right now is happening, because there is a soulmate out there who is calling for you. A soulmate has literally turned the siren on, and your body is like, wow, holy heck, what is that? The frequencies are just alive right now, calling out to them. All right, so group 3, Spirit, can we get some advice for them? I've been spitting advice this whole time, but I really want to hear what Spirit has to say. What is next in love for group 3, Spirit? What is next in love for group 3? Yeah, it's 100% transformation right above the Death card. So just know this is happening for a reason, because you limited your potential way too quickly, group 3. You are beautiful, you are loved, you are protected, you are safe. That's something I tell my cat every day, but he still yowls. I just want you to know that this is happening for a reason. It is not a full stop. This isn't going to be your future. You deserve more. This situation is progressing. You are transforming. You are realigning with your true purpose. You are awakening to what you truly deserve. And this transformation is still unfolding. It may be painful right now. It may be a risk right now, but it is happening for you to connect with the soulmate out there. So what is next in love is that you are going to reconcile with a soulmate, a past love. This is something that was predetermined with this infinity symbol. It was a soul contract. It was something that you decided was going to happen. You decided that you were going to meet the people in your life when you did, for specific reasons, to instigate lessons, to instigate wisdom, to help you awaken to your true purpose. But this boundaries card is asking you to put your own needs first, right here, right now. You can't make everyone happy, so at least make yourself happy. Be mindful of your energies. Ooh, excuse me, especially with that temperance card, group 3. You really need to be aware of where you're putting your energy, and perhaps the only place you should be doing that to right now is to yourself. You know, feed that energy into yourself right now. Don't let other people take it from you. Group 3 spirit, what does group 3 need to hear in terms of what is next in love? I'm going to get you one more card. Well, that is my intention. We'll see what spirit says. What is next in love for group 3? Hello. Oh, this looks like my cat. All right, we have good luck. He's a little bit more chubby than my cat, but still. Good luck, all right? It's about switching your perspective here. This cat looks black, and a lot of people perceive black cats as being bad luck. But on this card is telling you that it's actually good luck. It's flipping your perspective, your perception of what is happening to you and what has happened to you. So really, what I'm feeling called to share is that remember, this is happening for you, not to you. It's flipping that perception here, group 2. You are actually in a good luck situation. And it may be easy for me to say that because listen, all I'm doing is sitting here reading cards on a beautiful sunny day in Australia, but it is happening for you, not to you. This situation is actually giving you good luck. It might be tumultuous at first. There might be a lot of turmoil right now, especially inner turmoil. It might be very messy. It might have a lot of risk, but it is going to lead to good things. You have so many choices and options, and a soulmate is out there waiting for you. It is all aligning when it is intended to happen. Now, bottom deck energy is closure, and that is where I feel you're at the moment, group 3. You do need to be on this path by yourself. Nobody can give this to you or for you. You need to be on this path of healing, where you're allowing yourself the space and time to gain the closure, to gain the wisdom that you need. I just want to remind you that you're in this hermit energy, okay? All the answers are there. Don't let external parties confuse you. You have all the information you need from within. So group 3, I hope that was informative. I honestly was still feeling incredibly spaced throughout your reading, so I can only imagine how you feel. I do channel the energy, so just look after yourself. You are the expert in your life, group 3. Take what resonates. Don't let the rest take from you. Good luck. You can do this. You are strong. You are powerful. You are protected. You are loved. You deserve more. I'll see you in another video, group 3. Bye.